So today we're going to do something a little different, and we're going to rank every princess that I saw in my 3 playthroughs of Slay the Princess. I think this will be really fun. There's 20 in all. I'm going to go in chronological order, and I think it'll be a fun way to relive some of my favorite moments from my playthroughs. So we have all the Chapter 2 princesses, because I saw them all. I think we have about 5 Chapter 3 princesses, and then we have both Chapter 1 princesses and the Shifting Mound. So 20 in all. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and comment below. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. So before we start, which princesses do you think are going to be my 3 favorite? And which one do you think is going to be my least favorite? Oh, you could guess beforehand and then tell me if you were right. Or you could tell me yours and tell me if they aligned with mine. Or if you disagree with my ranking. So yeah, let's get into it. First ranking video. Let's rate all the princesses that I saw in Slay the Princess. Alright, so to start, I have the very first princess I ever saw. I didn't even know the princess was voiced until I met this princess. Chapter 1 princess that you get if you bring the blade down.
Her voice carries
her voice? Oh.
Who's there? Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Her voice is so sultry and attractive. I love her. She has all the nostalgia points because she was my first princess that I saw, and I think she's great. So she is going to go in the loved category. Next, we have what that princess led to, the prisoner.
We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
And I also really liked when I saw her the second time and she cut her head off, very unexpected.
Well played.
So I think she is also going to go in the loved category. And now we're into part 2, Chapter 1 princess that you get when you don't bring the blade down.
I'm sorry.
Honestly, compared to what happens when you bring the blade down, I thought this princess was pretty meh. She can be exciting in some of her Chapter 1s, but all in all, I think she's just going to be a liked for me. And so then we got the damsel. We went to the damsel quite a few times, but my absolute favorite is when she walked up the stairs with Smitten, and Smitten got his happy ending. And I just love how much Smitten loves the damsel.
My love, we're here to rescue your... You and the princess walk up the stairs,
this is different.
Hand in hand. I told you our love was insurmountable.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together.
A happy ending at last.
So because of how Smitten and her interact with each other, she is going in my loved category. And now we're in part 3, where I actually tried to slay the princess for the first time. We found the Razor, who I loved.
But I'm not mad at you, so please stop standing so far out of reach. Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically 0, but you'll have to come close.
You hear the horror.
Hee.
She is amazing. She is still my favorite Chapter 2. So she is going in the loved category. And in the 4th chapter, she just exploded into Sword. And I loved that. But after she became Sword, she didn't really have a personality. So she's going to go in my liked category. And then in part 4, we saw the Spectre. I loved how she possessed me and actually acknowledged the narrator and the voices for the first time.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
So that was amazing. So she's going to go in really liked for me. In the next part, in part 5, we saw the witch, who I will always be disappointed with because I wanted a witch, but she's really more of a werewolf. I liked that you could give her the blade.
You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
But she's still only going to be a liked for me. Then we got the thorn, which I loved. I thought it was really romantic. I loved that princess.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Yeah.
And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Words can describe neither the nuclear fire nor the oceanic depth of your connection. This is good stuff.
Thorn is going into the loved category for me. And then we got our very first ending, and we met the Shifting Mound for the first time. And we got her ending.
It's magnificent.
You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. Aww. I loved her ending. It was so beautiful. The game had been completely black and white, and then you just got this burst of green. But the shifting mound also scared me. Oh! So all in all, for the whole experience of the shifting mound, she's going to be in the really liked category, not the loved category. So that's the end of our first playthrough. Then I started a pacifist playthrough, and the first princess I saw is the stranger. And her ending is by far my favorite ending. I loved it so much. I want to walk through that cabin door as we are, just you and me.
After so many iterations, so many different versions of us clashing and coming together and clashing again, leaving with you feels like all we ever really wanted. Can feel the threads of all the stories we've told together, all pulling us back down the stairs and into those chains where we know the outcome of everything that could ever come to pass. It's comfortable there, but it's confining. We want more. We want whatever might be on the other side of this door. Something new that we'll experience together, with someone who exists outside of us. With someone who can see us in a way we can never see ourselves.
I love you.
And we love you too.
So because of her ending, she's going to go in the loved category. Then we meet who I think is the most attractive princess. We meet the Tower.
Kneel.
Okay. Very dominatrix.
Am I that magnificent?
That is the first time that I was actually attracted to one of the princesses. But all in all, her personality compared to other princesses was good, but not amazing. She's going to go into really liked. Then, in the last video of the pacifist playthrough, we saw the Nightmare. This is the first time the game has ever scared me.
I'm going to find you.
Oh my god.
There you are.
As the princess
No.
approaches,
You seem miserable.
I got really scared. So she is going to go in the liked. That's the end of our second playthrough. So then I started a homicide playthrough, which was very fun. And we met the Beast. All in all, I didn't feel like the Beast had much personality. So honestly, that's going to be my first indifferent princess. Then we went to the Den, and before now, all of the chapter 3s were crazy and amazing, but the Den wasn't different enough from the Beast. So the Den is also going to go in indifferent for me. Then we went back to the Tower, because I wanted to know what happened if I didn't submit to the Tower, and it was just gore, lots of anger, and we met the Fury.
squelch, you are unwound.
Honestly, the Fury scared me a little bit, and it was a little too gory for me. And her personality, I like the funny personalities, the fun ones, like the Razor. So all in all, I think the Fury is just going to be a liked for me. Then we got to the Adversary, but all of the fun moments that I remember from that video was from chapter 3. So chapter 2 Adversary is just going to go into the liked for me.
She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh, poor Stubborn. But then we got to chapter 3, and I thought she was awesome.
Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient.
I'm sick of waiting.
Me.
Little bird, where do you think you're going?
Ooh.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
She rock climbed after us. She left the cabin. I thought that was amazing. So Eye of the Needle is going to go into really liked. And then someone in comments suggested that I slay the damsel. And my morbid curiosity led me to my least favorite video ever. I hated this chapter. I was so depressed. Smitten was there. I felt like I betrayed Smitten. It was the one time I did not have fun playing and the one time I actually wanted to stop playing. And that is the Burned Grey. She gets her own category. The Burned Grey is the only princess that I hated. I hated that chapter. It was horrible. So then we're on to the last vessel that I got, and I thought the Nightmare was the scariest the game was ever going to get, but then came the Wraith. Oh crap.
You're met with a terrifying visage of the princess.
Oh.
You get to watch me do it. completely helpless.
Whoa!
Your vision fades.
Absolutely terrifying. The Wraith is even scarier than the Nightmare for me, so she's going to go in the liked. Those are the princesses, and now let's kind of clean them up a little bit. So my favorite chapter 2 is still the Razor, so she is going to be my absolute favorite princess in the game. So the Razor is my number 1, and then number 2 is the Damsel, and then number 3 is the Stranger, because I just loved the Stranger ending so much. Well, actually, let's see. I think maybe I liked more than the Damsel. So those are my top 3. Razor, Stranger, and Damsel. So the ranking for me in the loved category is Razor, Stranger, Damsel, the Thorn, Chapter 1 Blade Princess, and the Prisoner. And then in really liked, I think I like the Shifting Mound the most out of these 4. So I think the Shifting Mound is first, and then the Eye of the Needle. No. I think the Tower. So the Shifting Mound, the Tower, the Eye of the Needle, and then the Spectre. And then in liked, we have Chapter 1 No Blade Princess, the Full Razor, the Witch, the Nightmare, the Fury, the Adversary, and the Wraith. Out of all of these, I think the Adversary is definitely my favorite. And then the Chapter 1 No Blade Princess, because she can be interesting in some of her chapters. And then the Witch, and then the Razor Full, and then the Fury, and then the 2 scary ones. And then an indifferent, I honestly couldn't care less because I'm indifferent to these 2 princesses. And then hated is her own category. So yeah, so that's my ranking. What did you think? Was this fun? I thought it was really fun. Actually, let's move the Shifting Mound up to loved, because honestly, the Shifting Mound ending was pretty awesome too. Yeah, I think this is my final ranking. What do you think? Did you guess right with my favorite princesses, or did you guess at all? Did they align with yours? Do you disagree? Comment below. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Oh, is that how it is? Yeah, okay, I feel that. I like you too.
Yay! I love you.
And we love you too.
A happy ending at last. My love,